कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में दर्शकों आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। यह कार्यक्रम V4 न्यूज, ग्लोबल टीवी, V4 स्ट्रीम, न्यूज गांव से, संवाद सरोकार न्यूज, ऑर्गन डोनेशन इंडिया फाउंडेशन एवं ज्ञान द्वारा सीधा प्रसारित किया जा रहा है। कार्यक्रम कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में हमारा उद्देश्य है उन विभूतियों के बारे में जानना, उनके बचपन के बारे में, जिन्होंने अपने को एक अपनी प्रसिद्ध अपना स्थान प्राप्त किया अपने जीवन काल में। और आज हमारे बीच उपस्थित हैं आज के जो हमारे विशिष्ट अतिथि हैं, मैं उनका स्वागत करूंगा और उनका आपसे परिचय कराऊंगा। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर एम अब्दुल सलाम हमारे कार्यक्रम कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में।
थैंक यू।
प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर एम अब्दुल सलाम PhD पोस्ट डॉक्टरेट UK से आपने किया हुआ है। प्रोफेसर सलाम भूतपूर्व वाइस चांसलर हैं बहुत ही जो प्रसिद्ध यूनिवर्सिटी है कालीकट की, उसके आप, और जो कि बहुत बड़ी, वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट और बहुत ही जिसकी बहुत ही रेपुटेटेड यूनिवर्सिटी है भारत की, कालीकट, उसके आप वाइस चांसलर रह चुके हैं। आप एक जाने पहचाने एजुकेशनिस्ट, शिक्षाविद, एग्रीकल्चर साइंटिस्ट, कृषि के ज्ञाता, कृषि साइंस के ज्ञाता और एजुकेशन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर आप रहे हैं और उसमें आपने बहुत ख्याति प्राप्त की। डॉक्टर सलाम का, प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर सलाम का जो कैरियर है वो 4 दशकों से ज्यादा, 4 डिकेड से ज्यादा का रहा, 1975 से 2020 तक, और अलग अलग जगह रहा, कई कॉन्टिनेंट्स में रहा। और आपने अपनी बहुत सुप्रसिद्धि प्राप्त की क्योंकि आपने कार्यरत रहे टायरलेसली एकेडमिक के लिए, शिक्षा के लिए और साइंस को बढ़ावा देने के लिए। और आप एक बहुत ही अथॉरिटी माने जाते हैं, रिकॉग्नाइज किए जाते हैं, आप इसके लिए जाने पहचाने हैं। जो हायर एजुकेशन की आपकी जो आपने किया है, हायर एजुकेशन के लिए, उच्च शिक्षा के लिए, उसके लिए आप एक पूरा एक अथॉरिटी के रूप में जाने जाते हैं। आप एकेडमिशियन हैं और साइंटिस्ट हैं और आप बहुत ही लगन से ये कार्य करते हैं। आपने अभी तक 153 रिसर्च पेपर, शोध का पत्र अभी तक आपके बहुत रेपुटेड जर्नल्स में, देश और विदेश के रेपुटेड प्रसिद्ध जर्नलों में प्रकाशित किए हैं। और आपने 15 रिव्यू आर्टिकल्स लिखे हैं और 13 किताब बायोलॉजिकल साइंस में अभी तक आपने पब्लिश की है। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है एक बार पुनः प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर एम अब्दुल सलाम हमारे कार्यक्रम कल, आज और कल लाल गोयल के संग में। मेरा पहला प्रश्न है, मैं पहले हिंदी में पूछ के फिर आपसे इंग्लिश में पूछ लूंगा। मेरा पहला प्रश्न है कि आपका बचपन कहाँ बीता, आप कहाँ पैदा हुए, आपका बचपन कहाँ बीता और आपकी प्रारंभिक शिक्षा कहाँ हुई। प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर एम अब्दुल सलाम, वेयर यू वर बोर्न, वेयर योर childhood you have spent, and where you were taught your basic education, in which city or which place. Professor Dr. M. Abdul Salam, please.
Good evening, Lalji. At the outset, let me thank you for inviting me to this wonderful program. As you asked the first question, where I born in a rural place by name Chadayalam, Chadayamangalam of Kollam district in Kerala. It's a southern district. Born in a very rural environment, highly rural environment, remote environment, in a very poor family. Now, my family consists of, my father, my mother, and 9 brothers and sisters, and I am the second. You can imagine, it's a poor family with abundance of people. Second, you can very well imagine I was living in poverty. I was learning in poverty. My early childhood even up to the schooling and colleging, I was living under poverty. It was all my early childhood age was highly poverty stricken. I still remember I started my schooling in the nearby rural lower primary school, then the upper primary school, then to the nearby high school. All these places I was walking almost 9 to 10 kilometers every day. That too, it was, half day sessions. Early morning, 5:30, I start walking. About 2 hours walking, go complete the classes, come back by noon, then go for my homework. Like that, most of the days without food, just the water water was the food for me in the early days. In a nutshell, I can say that it was a highly poverty-ridden way of life in my early childhood, with a single pair of dress all the time. And I know, my father and mother, they are poor, they are unable to provide me abundance and all that. I was understanding their difficulty. I was living with my brothers and sisters. But fortunately or unfortunately, out of this 9, only one, that is Abdul Salam, has studied well and reached that to the level of a vice chancellor of a prestigious university of India. Now, if you ask,
प्रोफेसर सलाम, मैं जरा सा आपको यहाँ रोकना चाहूंगा. मैं थोड़ा बता दूं अपने दर्शकों को कि प्रोफेसर एम अब्दुल सलाम का बचपन पैदा जहाँ हुए बहुत ही गरीब परिवार में हुए, कोलम डिस्ट्रिक्ट में हुए, और वहाँ आपके 9 भाई बहन आप लोग थे. और आपने बताया कि जब आप स्कूल जाते थे तो 9 किलोमीटर आप पैदल चल के जाते थे. 2 घंटे सुबह जाते थे, फिर लौट के आते थे, और कई बार आप बिना खाने के रहते थे, सिर्फ पानी पी के रहते थे, इतनी गरीबी में भी. और आपने बताया कि आप अकेले अपने पूरे परिवार में 9 भाई बहनों में ऐसे थे जिन्होंने काफी कुछ पढ़ा, अच्छे ढंग से पढ़ा, और जिसकी बदौलत आप इतने बड़ी पोस्ट वाइस चांसलर ऑफ ए प्रेस्टिजियस यूनिवर्सिटी पे पहुंचे. प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर एम अब्दुल सलाम, आपने जब इतनी गरीबी में आपने पढ़ना शुरू किया, क्या मैं पूछ सकता हूं कि आपको पढ़ने के लिए क्या आपका मन में इतनी पढ़ने की लगन थी, या आपके पेरेंट्स ने आपको इंस्टिगेट किया? वेदर यू वर ईगर टू रीड योरसेल्फ, यू वांटेड टू रीड, स्टडी, और your parents wanted you to study? Why you when you have explained that it was a very poor family, then how come you were not engaged in some work, rather you have chosen to study further? Whether it was your own belief in studies, or you wanted to study, or your parents forced you to study?
It is not a question of forcing. My parents really wanted me to study, but they know their difficulties. But more than their wish, I had a wish. I had a passion. I had a persistence. That's why I said when my other brothers and sisters, they were sleeping, I was struggling to learn. There was an inner passion from me to go walk all the way, go to the school without missing a single working day. That's the thing, beauty of it. And I never miss a working day in the schools. That was the style. That in that process, I was continuing the same sort of persistence all along my career. That is why I believe I have reached the level of a vice chancellor.
आप प्रोफेसर सलाम, जब आप बचपन में आप स्कूल जाते थे और आप इतने पुअर थे और 2-2 घंटे चल के जाते थे, उस वक्त आपके जो सहपाठी थे, जो आपके क्लास फेलोज थे या आपके टीचर्स थे, उनका आपसे कैसा वर्ताव था? हाउ you were getting the behavior, or they were behaving, your classmates as well as your teachers with you, when they saw you walking 2 hours a day, morning, and going back 2 hours, and with such a poor condition?
In fact, they were all my teachers, and the classmates are all very sympathetic to me, very kind to me. They used to share also whatever they have with me. In that way, I was getting better cooperation from the teachers and all that. One thing I remember is My teacher used to call me a doubt master. I remember that. Why I used to ask questions and questions and questions in every subject till I get the last fiber of it. So that was the name I was remembering during my school days. Almost every teacher called me, you are a big doubt master. That's what I remember. I consider that attitude of going on asking questions and understanding things clearly helped me a lot in developing my thinking and my understanding. So I would suggest my boys and girls, whatever you try to read and understand, go on questioning, and
Uh,
understanding what exactly it is.
जी प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर सलाम, तो आपकी जब प्राइमरी एजुकेशन वहां हो गई, उसके बाद आप उच्च शिक्षा के लिए आपकी उच्च शिक्षा कहाँ हुई? वेयर यू हैव योर हायर एजुकेशन, प्रोफेसर सलाम?
About 20 kilometers away, there's a junior college where I went and completed my pre-degree, in all the school level, and even at the pre-degree, I was top in that area in that college. I was getting high scores, and I completed my pre-degree as early as 1969. And it was a very, very what we call undeveloped or premature with less facility sort of college. So I completed there in biology second group. From there, I moved to the first level of higher education at the College of Agriculture, Velayani, Trivandrum, for taking up my BSc Agriculture.
प्रोफेसर सलाम, आपने बताया कि आप 20 किलोमीटर्स दूर पे जाके आपने अपनी प्री डिग्री ली, तो वो 20 किलोमीटर यू आर स्टेइंग देयर, आप वहां रहे या आप 20 किलोमीटर्स वॉक करके जाते थे? उस वक्त क्या कंडीशन थी फैमिली की?
No, 10 kilometers I walk, 10 kilometers there was, shuttle services that I take the help of those services.
Okay. After that, you have chosen to go for agriculture, as you are mentioning. Who wanted you to go for agriculture, or you are having passion for agriculture? आपको कृषि के लिए ज्यादा अपना मन से था या आपको किसी ने प्रेरित किया? आखिर ऐसा क्या हुआ कि आप कृषि में गए, एग्रीकल्चर में गए? Why you have gone to agriculture?
The real fact I have over there is I wanted to join for medicine. That was my wish. Unfortunately, I missed by 1 or 2 marks. I remember when I missed that entry into the level of medicine, the next in the cadre in the list of merit was the choice was for agriculture. And one of my relatives said this is a very good area where you can get easily job and all that, why don't you try for this? It was an accidental suggestion. It was not a purposeful choosing from my side. I joined there. Once I joined over there, I started liking the subject. I have completed my BSc Agriculture over there. Then I with first class and fourth rank. Then my MSc Agriculture from the same with the top rank. Then I moved for my doctorate.
Now, Dr. Salam, Professor Salam, जैसा आपने बताया कि एक एक्सीडेंटल चॉइस हुआ, आपके रिलेटिव के कहने पे आपने एग्रीकल्चर लिया और आपको फिर बहुत पसंद आया, then you start liking it. But how your expenses of your family at that time were meeting? Because आपने बताया बहुत पुअर परिवार के थे, तो अब आप जब बीएससी में पढ़ने आए, हालांकि आप बहुत ही पोजीशन होल्डर थे, आपकी 4th रैंक भी आई थी, तो क्या आपको स्कॉलरशिप मिल रही थी या उस वक्त आपकी फैमिली की कंडीशन ऐसी हो गई थी कि जो आपको पढ़ा पा रहे थे कॉलेज में रख के?
Yes, sir. Right from the college year 1, I was getting fellowship. So that fellowship was adequate for me to complete my studies, my fees, my food, and I was even saving some money from my fellowship that I used to give to my home.
ओके, तो आपने फेलोशिप जो आपको मिलती थी उसमें भी आप पैसा बचा के अपने घर में देते थे, खाने वगैरह का सब कुछ करके। अब आपने जब उसके बाद फिर आप डॉक्टरेट में आपने जाने की सोची, उस वक्त आपको ये नहीं लगा कि आप कुछ कृषि का कार्य करें या कहीं पे सर्विस करें? यू हैव नॉट डिसाइडेड टू डू सर्विस आफ्टर योर एमएससी? व्हाई यू हैव डिसाइडेड टू गो फॉर द डॉक्टरेट?
Now, see, after the BSc itself, I was offered by 4 different jobs. but I didn't choose that job. I chose masters. After completing the masters, I was appointed as a technical officer of a commercial bank, syndicate bank, offering 4-digit salary. At that point of time, it's a big money. I joined over there after masters, and my wish at that time was, to take my doctorate and be a professor in a university. That was my interest. I was very much concerned about to be a teacher, that too in my own profession, that too after completing my doctorate. That was my passion.
तो इसलिए आपने, क्योंकि आपको बहुत इंटरेस्ट था डॉक्टरेट करके आप टीचिंग में आना चाहते थे, इसलिए आपने डॉक्टरेट की और आपको हालांकि सर्विस मिल गई थी, लेकिन आपने उसको बैंक की सर्विस को ना लेके आपने डॉक्टरेट करने का सोचा. तो व्हेन आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग योर डॉक्टरेट और ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम एनी मेमोरीज यू हैव व्हिच यू वुड लाइक टू शेयर विथ आवर व्यूअर्स?
The most important thing I tell you, when I have appeared for the interview of an assistant professor in my university, the vice chancellor, the then vice chancellor, picked me up for the post of assistant professor, disregarding the minimum 3 years of experience required for that post. He said, you have a wonderful work mark records, academic records. So I am going to waive you the minimum 3 years requirement. So he appointed me by giving that discount of 3 years minimum experience. He has waived, looking at my persistence and my academic records and report from my guide. So that is one thing I remember. That was a great impetus on me, and with that spirit, I was working hard as a very good teacher, very good researcher, and also a very good community worker. And in fact, right from those years, after 24 hours, I was engaged in professional work, not less than 15 to 16 hours per day.
तो आप 15-16 घंटे काम करते थे और आपको जैसे वाइस चांसलर ने पिक किया, उसके बाद आप कहाँ क्या किया आपने? वहीं उसी यूनिवर्सिटी में लगे रहे या आपने कोई और यूनिवर्सिटी ज्वाइन की, या आपने जो आगे पोस्ट डॉक्टरल डिग्री ली वो कहाँ से ली?
I did my BSc and MSc in the Kerala Agriculture University in Kerala. My doctorate from the Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. My doctoral thesis won several awards, national and international awards. From there, after completing my doctorate, I was working as an assistant professor, continuing my career as assistant professor. Then I saw an advertisement for the Commonwealth Academic Staff Fellowship for postdoctorate from UK. You can go for a postdoctorate. After doctorate, you can go for the postdoctorate. That's for 1 year. That is a very fabulous sum of money. You will get money. Your wife and children will also get allowances. They will take care of you totally from home back to home. So I have applied for that. It was again a very highly competitive selection process at Delhi. I went over there. I was told that hundreds of people were there. Only a couple of fellowships were there for that purpose. So I got one from that. And during 1991, I went to UK for my postdoctorate with my wife and 2 small kids.
तो आपने उस प्रेस्टिजियस पोस्ट डॉक्टरेट जो आपको कोर्स था वो आपने ज्वाइन किया इंग्लैंड में और यूके में, और आपने उसको इसलिए भी ले लिया क्योंकि बहुत कॉम्पिटिटिव था और आप आगे बढ़ना चाहते थे. आफ्टर दैट, why you have decided to come back to India? You might have got some offers even from abroad when you have done the degree there, one course there. Why you have at that time, have you not decided to stay there, or you wanted to come back to India?
Now, as per the terms of the fellowship, I am expected to come back because it was such a type of a visiting professorship. I am expected, I'll be sent from my university on deputation and I have to come back and work back. That was the terms. So I came back and I continued. Then I started moving outside the country for different types of work.
आप कोई ऐसा अपना मेमोरी हो, कोई आपको ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस हुआ हो ड्यूरिंग दैट पोस्ट डॉक्टरल डिग्री इन यूके which you want to share with us?
Yeah, definitely. When the professors, IAS officers, IFS officers are there in the University of Aberdeen, I saw many, almost everybody going and working in hotels as, hotel cleaners and all that and making a lot of money. Evening, they don't have the feeling that, I'm a professor or an IAS officer. When they go there, they are ready. They are very much willing to go and work anywhere for cleaning, for hotel work, or any other campus cleaning work. They go and they make a lot of money. And unfortunately, my fellowship was not permitting me for any such work. So I could not go. But I saw that opportunity of my people making a lot of money. People from India, people from Pakistan, Bangladesh, all the professors, they go there and make a lot of money in that way during their postdoc or even doc.
जैसा आपने बताया कि वहाँ लोग बाग बड़े बड़े लोग ओहदे के लोग लाइक IAS, IFS और प्रोफेसर्स अपना शाम के वक्त कुछ होटलों में, रेस्टोरेंट में काम करके बहुत एक्स्ट्रा पैसा बनाते थे. लेकिन व्हाई यू एट दैट टाइम, ऑल्दो यू कुड नॉट गो, क्योंकि आप नहीं जा पाए क्योंकि आपकी टर्म्स ऐसी थी, बट क्या आप नहीं सोचते प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर सलाम that this type of extra work also shows that no work is small or big? So that type of spirit which the people who are working there, they have that spirit. While in India, when I used to do the media conference with youth, they says the problem here is if we want to work somewhere, even in a petrol pump or for some earning some money, our family never allows us to go. But there, that it's a different. Do you think that culture is in that way is better than ours?
I am sure you are perfectly right. This is a culture that can be nurtured here if the government or the university system takes a proper decision. Yes, we are permitting you people in the form of a work and learn. Even now in the new context, emerging century, I believe, instead of keeping the students in the classrooms, allow them to work, learn for 4 hours and work for 6 hours. If you encourage them, if people start going for such work, their friends will also go with them. They will make money, they will enjoy their life, they will meet all the expenses of the studies. If we can nurture that sort of work and learn sort of culture in India, I am sure, as I saw in UK, the IAS officers or the professors are not feeling ashamed. That sort of problem will be away here also. I would say, if I get an opportunity to any of the decision makers of the day, I would say, why don't you encourage this sort of work and learn, which will promote, number one, expertise of the student to do something and gain something, number one. Number two, productivity will be increased. More amount of, manpower will be available for the industry or for the cleaning or any sort of activity. Youth will be available for many diverse type of work. And above all, they are making money. They are gaining experience and expertise.
Yes, and over above, the industry will also be benefited because they are getting a very economical labor force.